Inside the Deck is brought to you by CoolStuffInc.com, sellers of Magic the Gathering and many other card and board games. GatheringMagic.com, your #1 resource on Magic the Gathering, strategy, and culture.
Magic players, we have the final standings up here. I'm going to call you up by your rank, and you'll be able to collect your prize. Can I now have all the 4 and O's up here? We're at Cool Stuff Games in Orlando, Florida, at the M13 Prerelease. A core set is an introductory set for beginner players of Magic to really get into the game that has fairly easy mechanics, but still lets them learn the game of Magic.
I like coming to pre-releases because it just seems like a more friendly environment than just playing in FNM or just tournaments.
This one's not actually bad. I've had a lot of fun. We had a lot of weird game interactions. I ended a game at 62 life after I got dealt 80, so it's not too bad, I guess.
I like that they're bringing Legends back a little bit, and I also like that they're referencing some of the stuff from Magic's history, like the Merfolk of the Pearl Trident.
What do I like about M13? Ranker got reprinted. That card's pretty sweet. I was a big fan of that. I used to play back in Legacy. Exalted mechanic is cool. I wish we had Noble Hierarch, but we'll do what we can.
I like that it has a lot of removal, so it makes it very balanced in both limited and constructed.
The most overrated card in M13 is probably Rancor. I believe a lot of players think how good Rancor used to be, and I believe the game has kind of passed it by because of how many creatures have better effects now.
Alright, everybody's gonna hate me. The most overrated card in M13 is Thrantusk. The problem with Thrantusk is that card is awesome and really good, but there's like 4 other 5-drops you want to play between like the decks that want to play that card. So it's kind of like Opsin and Bailoff was. Like, you didn't really play in your main deck, and it was just kind of like a sideboard card. So I think that card is way overhyped.
I think Ajani Caller of the Pride is the most overrated card because he's a 3-drop, but he doesn't really protect himself. He's only good if you ever have a creature on the field, and he's only as good as that creature is.
I would say the Liliana of the Dark Realms is the most overrated card. Usually Planeswalkers are pretty overrated when they first come out, and I just don't really understand what you want to do with her abilities. The first ability is pretty underwhelming. Her third ability, while it sounds pretty good, I don't really know what you're going to do with all that mana, at least with what's in the format. And her middle ability is pretty good, but unfortunately it kills her if you don't give her +1 before you use it. So she's pretty limited in what she can do.
To me, the most underrated card is Crimson Muckwater. It is a red and a colorless 2/1 that has regeneration for 2 and a black, and it gets +1/+1 if you control a swamp. Reason for this is that the zombie deck, the black-red aggro deck, kind of was lacking on a 2-drop that was really good. I think with that card, it gives you another 2-drop 3-power guy, especially since your deck is mostly mono-black, so you'll always have a swamp. I think that guy's really good, and nobody's really talking about it.
Flames of the Firebrand, because it is a 3-mana sorcery, you deal 3 damage divided as you choose among any 3 permanents. I think it's the most underrated card because the versatility in it. It's just, you can wipe out 3 of their creatures or just save it for when the time is right to actually use it.
I'd say Disciple of Bolas is the most underrated card. It seems like it fits pretty well into zombies, especially with Messenger, Gravecrawler, things that you can get back after you sack them. I mean, it also is pretty splashable with only 1 black mana in its cost, and so you can play it with green or white, and it might be pretty decent.
I think the Sublime Archangel, I really do. It's a 4-mana, 4/3 angel with flying and exalted, and it gives every other creature you have exalted. It's a mythic rare, but I don't believe people realize how strong it is in current deck archetypes and in future deck archetypes that all of your creatures just become that good.
I think a lot of the cards show us what they're planning to do with Return to Ravnica. They're doing a lot of multicolored stuff already, just giving us a little glimpse of what we're doing. Cards like Farseek might give us a little hint at them reprinting Shocklands, but we still don't know yet. That just might be a teaser.
And on top of that, you're getting the cycle of the cards that get benefits from the other colors.
Plus guys from the Shards block, which was their big inspiration for it. So I think it's just like a culmination of planes like they used to do. Like Domeria was invaded by many things, and I think that's kind of like the theme of this base set.
But overall, I think M13 does its job in a core set of putting in a lot of new cards out there that are fairly basic, but yet still get a lot of people interested in the game.